Just getting wrecked. The entire market is getting wrecked. This is just embarrassing to be a hodler of Bitcoin. You're going, what the heck is going on here? Because of the sheer fact that the S&P 500, where the heck is that bad boy? Yesterday made an all-time high and recently just had a, it just closed again, just in a mixed pause. You guys know what I've been saying about charting? And this guy right here being a doji candle, well, that is just that. It means that, hey, this is potentially a pause and an uptrend. Here's a pause. Boom. It could be a reversal. However, what's been going on? No, we closed another green day, but yet freaking crypto is getting hammered, absolutely hammered, down about 9% in, what is this? 4 days, 3 days. Freaking A. And we've been talking about this level of support that was right here. And what happened? We broke through it. Oh, this is scary. However, just moving this sucker down, could we still be alive? Could there still be any hopium for Bitcoin? We've seen multiple touches of 58,000. So it's somewhat of an arbitrary location is between this area. Truthfully, I think we have to stay above 58,000. We go below 58,000, then all bets are off. Okay. But if I remove this from the chart and I can just show you, because we've been talking about it for freaking ever. Okay, here is the start of a downwards trend. We had a double top, right? That sucker broke down and the target was right around here, and we continued going down. We made another lower high, then a lower low, then boom, we made a higher high, which was great, but then another lower high, right? An even lower low. Then we broke the trend with a higher low, then a this is a lower high, and then we had a lower high as well, but this was actually a higher high, excuse me. And then we broke it finally, and we had a higher high, right? Boom. But then here is a lower high. And right now, if you're going on the short term, what we just made is now a lower low, which is confirming the reversal, which is a bummer, which is scary. And we can also see just the downward location of this guy on the short term, right? We could look at it as, hey, this is a descending triangle. And usually when these things break out, they go boom, boom, boom down here to the 52. That is going to be a bummer if this guy does in fact break out and go lower. Okay. But if we hit there, well, it's not going to be the end of the world, because Bitcoin will bounce and we will see a upward spiral because of the election, right? Every time the election comes since freaking the inception of Bitcoin, we have seen massive gains, and we're not quite there yet. And this is the perfect election. I made it in my last video. It wasn't a live stream, but made it say that like this was an incredibly important election. However, I would love to see this guy get above 60,000 and holding and making a doji candle, just like what we saw on the S&P 500, just to have a continuation candle go here, because this is freaking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that the stock market is continuing in an uptrend, and then we have freaking Bitcoin and Ethereum, right, just hovering down in a horizontal range. And freaking on the, here, I got to go 1 month. On the monthly, we have just this flag, right? And you could almost even call this a downwards wedge, but then we need a bounce above this. Just freaking bounce above it. But I'm going to get absolutely wrecked if this ends up going much lower, right? I've already added to this trade, which is something you never do. You never add to a losing position. And now I'm down 10 grand. I worked my butt off on this channel, going from 100 to 1,000, then from that 1,000 to 18,000, and now we're down 10,000. it's not supposed to be this way. Not supposed to be this way. But for Ethereum, we are hanging on. And why is it that we are crashing? Okay. Well, truthfully, hey, look, Bitcoin, this is what they just tweeted. They just tweeted a couple things, right? One of them is that they tweeted is the global M2 money supply, right? There is so much money that's liquid out there because of what happened with the hey, what's up, Mario? um, got a comment. So it was a special thing because this YouTube channel is not near as popular as my other YouTube channel. If you go check it out, Johnny Hopper, it's a dirt bikes. But anyway, I digress. Ever since Japan decided to raise their interest rates and that carryover trade, we had so much money into the market. And this is what created the whole downward spiral of on the daily here for Bitcoin. And I got too many of these damn things open. Leave. Okay, leave. Now load again. Reload. Reset this chart down on the daily. This is why we saw that 48,000, right? Was that carryover trade. And what happened to Ethereum when this happened? Ethereum went from 3,500 down to roughly around 2,000. Okay. So that's just for some context. There's been a lot of money and people have been waiting to put more money. So why haven't they? Well, they're waiting for the election. Just what I told you with these charts. Okay. Every time we have an election, then we start seeing this skyrocket. And right, we might see 200,000 Bitcoin after the election come 2026, midway through this cycle if Trump gets elected. But what ended up happening? Well, today, right, CPI numbers, as far as the inflation numbers, came in a little bit lower. They missed it by 1% or 0.1%. It came in at 2.4 and they wanted to see 2.3, but it's still going down. So this is just the market saying, hey, and we've also had China having some sort of a Ponzi scheme, selling some Ethereum here. So those are some of the things to look at, right? But Bitcoin overall, Bitcoin needs to hold on to 58,000, right? That's right here. Okay. If you look at back where I've got the volume profile here, this volume profile is this right here. And where are we bouncing off of right now? This is like the last hope that we have is this guy, but this is turning into somewhat of a reversal candle. If you see, here's that doji. It's just uncertainty in the market, right? When you get these long wicks, and these are long wicks, because again, I told you, this is, 8% of Bitcoin. This is going down by, what is that? $5,600, 53 in actuality. So I suspect a bounce here, and yeah, am I getting nervous on my Ethereum trade? Yes, I am getting nervous on my Ethereum trade because truthfully, if we break down below the 2,300, I could see us going back down to the 2,150. And now I'm at a position where I'm like, well, what the hell do I do here? Well, as far as bad trading goes, I am probably going to add $2 to $5 grand more to this trade. I wanted to keep this account separate because I wanted to prove that I could turn $100 into $1,000, and I already did that. And then we turned the $1,000 into $18,000. So, but I wanted to turn this into $100,000. Which is difficult to do. That's why you got to be somewhat risky. Okay. But I just had a bad entry. It happens. You're not always going to be right. Am I a bad trader? No. Do I make mistakes? Yes. And now I'm in a position to make an even stupider, bigger mistake because if I have to add on to this guy to see this down here, well, the real risk is going to be seeing here. I got to go to the weekly here for it to really, really show. Okay. Because again, on Ethereum, we are holding on to that same level of support, which is just the massive amounts of volume, the biggest volume. If this breaks, okay, we could be seeing the floor of around the, $1,800. And that would be bad. That would be bad. Is this life-changing money? No. But, losing, 18 grand, ironically, it wouldn't be the first time I do it, but it's it's part of it. Okay. And Mario says, I think it's the uncertainty regarding the strike nuclear facilities in Iran by Israel. That is definitely potentially has many things to do with it as well. Right. And usually when there is chaos, there is opportunity in the markets. That's during the pandemic and all. And we're not going to go World War III. And even if World War III happens, that would be the biggest gift anyone could ask for as far as an investor. Yes, is to capitalize off of other people's misfortune, which is awful, right? But Warren Buffett made it popular. When you see blood in the streets, you get greedy. It's not a term that came out of nowhere. It's because that's what all the big banks and everything do. They just are the ones that have money left over, right? So this will reverse and we will see new all-time highs of Bitcoin. The bull market is starting, right? We are just having a delayed in the fact that Bitcoin has been freaking stagnant for the last 6 months. Okay, let me go again. And just to prove that to you, look at this guy. Look at this chart. And boom, boom, boom. That's 274 days that we've been in a range between 50 and 70. Insane. Absolutely insane. So right now it's just hang on and we wait for bigger opportunities to come. Like truthfully right now, okay, if I am wanting to be the what if guy, it would have been nice to get in now, right? And I remember when this happened, when my entry happened, I was like, I really should have a better entry, but I got a little greedy. And I said, nah, I'm going to use much lower leverage so that I can hang on, I can withstand it. But you know, it is what it is. This could be an incredibly expensive mistake and it'll be on the internet. So guys, subscribe to this channel so you know what happens here. I mean, this isn't even 1% of like my actual, this isn't even 1/10 of my actual wealth. But as far as teaching people, this is a bummer, right? But hopefully we can see this because I truthfully see this guy reversing and going up to the 2,800 first stop and then the 3,500, 32 to 3,500, and then new all-time highs. And this is going to happen quickly with the election coming. Okay. So that is where I'm at here. So I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Stay tuned till probably tomorrow and we'll go through more of this. I'll let you know if I ended up having to add more to this simple guy, but there are links in the description if you want to trade alongside me with a small little bonus. So till next time, this is Johnny Crypto.